welcome back to my channel. I am here today to film yet another part of my Coachella series, I guess. I'm going to do a beauty must-haves and tips. We are coming up super close on the festival. I know I'm posting this only like a couple of days before, so sorry that it's last minute, but I did want to throw this in there because you guys loved my car camping and just my general FAQs video, so I wanted to add on to it. Before I jump into everything, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. If you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, oh, but I don't have a YouTube account. You actually do if you have a Gmail. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. And then if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can. I'll put everything linked down in the description just so we can continue to hang out after you're done watching. But I'm going to jump right in. I've kind of sectioned this off into before the festival, the day of, during, and nighttime. So get ready to hopefully not watch too long of a video. I ramble, but let's jump in. Okay, so my first tip is actually something that I don't have on right now. The reason is because I'm getting them done the day before that I leave for the festival, but it is my lash extension. So every year I have gotten lash extensions for Coachella. I'm gonna insert a clip right here of me getting them done so you can see the final product. Alrighty guys, ignore how gross my hair looks, but look at how beautiful my lashes look. I just got back from getting them done from Kim. Her Instagram handle is Candy Ice Beauty, so I will tag that below. But this is what I mean by taking a makeup look from drab to fab. Literally all I have on is my eyebrows and concealer, and you just wake up beautiful with lashes on, and Kim did such an amazing job. She uses really strong glue, so I know these are gonna last forever, and they're so full and beautiful, and I am just so excited to rock these at Coachella. So if you guys want to check her out, definitely do. I'll link her Instagram below. The reason that I love having my lashes done is simply because it's super low maintenance. It makes getting ready in the morning easier when you're super tired from the day previous. It makes upkeep at the festival easier because you don't have to worry about your mascara running when you're crying at half of the sets like I do. Maybe I'm just emotional, but I love live music. It just makes life so much easier. It makes taking off your makeup at the end of the day so much easier because you don't have to rub off your mascara or any eye makeup. I think that it totally transforms your look, and it's a very easy way to do so, and it keeps things a little bit more low maintenance. So I love having my lashes done. I've had them done all 3 years that this is going to be the 3rd year that I'm going, and this is probably one of the biggest tips that I swear by. So I'm excited for you guys to hopefully get to try that out. If you've never gotten your lashes done before, it's honestly life-changing, and I know that sounds dramatic, but I love having them done. Alrighty, so the second thing that I have done this year, actually, that's different than the previous years to prep is self-tan. So I've always been really against, you know, self-tanning and fake tanning for whatever reason. It's really dumb. I don't have a true reason to be against it. I just like to have a natural tan. But this year in Southern California, it's been pretty cold leading up to the festival, so I'm still super pale, and I wanted to get that really pretty tan going before the festival, which I wasn't able to do naturally, which also, realistically, I'm very aware that it's not that safe to naturally just lay out and bake in the sun, so probably good for my skin that I'm doing this. But I don't know if you can see that I have kind of a tan on right now, but what I did is I used the Bondi Sands self-tanning foam in dark. This stuff is amazing, you guys. I haven't had a ton of experience with self-tanner, and this is the foam kind. I really liked the way it applied. It comes with this little mitt here that you kind of pump the foam onto and just smooth around. It's pretty easy to see where you're going. Make sure that you're not streaky. I left it on for about 2 hours before I washed it off. The minimum is 1 hour, and I think I honestly could have left it on for longer, just because I feel like I could have even gone darker with the tan and it still would have looked really pretty. But I think this turned out super natural. There's no weird ugly spots around my ankles or my knees or anything. And I really, really liked this. It smells really nice, and it didn't get all over my bed sheets. So definitely would suggest this to you guys. It, again, is the Bondi Sands brand. Alrighty, so the day of the festival, in the morning when you're getting ready, there are obviously a lot of things that you're gonna wanna do as far beauty-wise to prep. The first thing that is should be pretty obvious, is going to be put on sunscreen, that not only on your face but also over your whole body. I don't really have a suggestion for body sunscreen, I just kind of use whatever. But face sunscreen, I always like to make sure that I am using sunscreen for your face, just because it helps me, you know, not break out, not be greasy. It lays underneath makeup like it's supposed to, and I've just found that it makes my makeup longer lasting. So definitely I would suggest a face sunscreen. The one that I've been loving recently, which is just a tiny sample size, so I don't have the full size to show you guys. But side note, I have been loving beauty samples recently. Sephora gives the best ones, and I love trying new things. What can I say? I'm a skincare whore. But yeah, the one that I've been loving recently for face sunscreen is the Bobbi Brown Primer Plus Radiance. It's broad spectrum SPF 35. I feel like this is a really pretty base under my makeup. It's not too heavy, and it's just a nice radiant glow, I guess, as far as sunscreen goes. So I've been loving this one, and it didn't make me break out. It's not greasy. This is a great one to try. So going along with that in the face product realm, I probably should have even mentioned this before the sunscreen, because I would put this on as my first step of the day once I kind of rinse my face off in the morning. I like to start with a moisturizer, but since I know I'm going to be out in the sun all day, sweating and just dealing with all the elements essentially, I don't want to be using anything that's too heavy or weighing me down. So what I love to use in the mornings is a gel moisturizer, especially after a long day in the sun. So once you're getting into prepping for day 2 and day 3, you might get a little bit of a sunburn. Your skin's just going to feel like it's been really heavy and weighed down with dirt and all that crap. So you're going to want a very lightweight, cooling moisturizer for the morning. So one that I've been really loving recently is the Mamonde, I believe it's pronounced, Mamonde, Rose Water Gel Cream. This smells super nice. It smells like roses, and it's a very, very lightweight and cooling. When it goes onto the skin, it feels very soothing, and I think this would feel really nice in the morning before you're going out to the festival, because it's even hot in the desert when you're getting ready in the morning, especially if you're like camping or in an Airbnb like we're going to be this year. So this is what I would suggest for the morning time. The third thing that I put onto my face before my makeup, I know this seems excessive, but this stuff actually works. If you're gonna pick one thing out of the skincare routine, I definitely would suggest this. And I've talked about this in a lot of videos before, but it's because I'm obsessed with this stuff. It is the Murad Acne Control Oil Control Mattifier, and this actually does have SPF 15 as well. For me personally, I don't sunburn that easily on my face, so the SPF 15 typically works well for me. Not necessarily at an entire day of Coachella, so I would suggest obviously sunscreen as well. But this stuff is amazing, you guys. It keeps me from being oily, especially on hot, sweaty days like that. You're gonna want something like this to stay under your makeup. And I just feel like this does a really great job at keeping your face matte, and that's all I can say about it. Besides that, I love it. The way that this goes on is it's a very like tacky formula, so you can kind of pat it into your skin. I feel like it fills in your pores well, and overall this is one of my holy grail products, especially when it comes to festivals or long days in general. So definitely check this out. I've always been obsessed with this stuff, and I will continue to use it. Another side note is that the reason that I have not a lot of makeup on my face right now is just because I like to let my face breathe before something like this. I know that it's going to be long days. I know that I'm going to have makeup on, I'm going to be sweating in it, and it's going to be clogging up all my pores and stuff, and I have little breakouts here and there, so I'm just letting my face breathe, so don't judge me. But yeah, I guess that would be one of my tips. Alrighty, so when it comes to actual makeup for the festival, again, I'm pretty low maintenance. I typically, besides my lash extensions, won't do anything as far as eyeshadow, maybe a little bit of eyeshadow. For face makeup, I'm kind of at a loss of what to do this year, just because typically I wear my normal, you know, benefit powder that I usually use, but recently I've been using more of a liquid foundation, but I don't know how well that's going to do in the heat, so I'm kind of, you know, still figuring out what I'm going to do as far as makeup goes. But the two products that I love that I think really will kind of dress up a makeup look, even if you don't want to go crazy all out with contour and eyeshadow and all that stuff, is highlight is the first one. So this is the Essence Pure Nude Space Lighter. I actually have not tried this before, but it's really pretty. It's kind of a more white highlighter, and I think this is really pretty for more of like a costume festival type look, just because it's that blinding highlight. And even with a pretty simple face, I think that highlight is kind of going to make or break the look essentially, and I think this really will kind of dress it up in general. The other thing that and you know what, I forgot to mention nails. Y'all, I should have put this in the beginning too. I am all out of order here. My nails are one of my favorite ways to kind of express myself when it comes to fun events, and I've gotten even crazier this year. Last year I did a pretty boring, just white kind of pearly look, but this year I went with a pretty orange chrome. I don't know if you can tell. But yeah, go crazy with your nails. YOLO, who cares? But the second thing that I think really is a fun, easy way to dress up any festival look is actually a glitter. This is nice. This is the Tarte Mermaid Glitter Gel. I did an entire video on this, reviewing the product, so I'll link that down below. I will just touch on this right now. The reason that I like this to keep it pretty low maintenance is that it's not anything you're gonna have to prep and then deal with a loose glitter. It's a gel and the glitter is already kind of mixed in with the gel, so you just pat it on and then you're ready to go. It dries down very well. This you can put all over your body, and in the most part it wipes off pretty well at the end of the night. Glitter doesn't get too much all over the place. I mean, it's hard to keep it from doing that, but typically in the past I would just use kind of a like an eyelash glue with a loose glitter, which can get really messy and get all over the place. It's a lot to deal with, so this is amazing. Watch the link in the bio, the video that I did on this before, if you want more info. Okay, the last thing that I think is very essential the day of the festival when you're getting ready is going to be something to hold all of this in place all day, which is a setting spray. So I have recently been using the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. This is a convenient little travel size if you guys are flying in anywhere for Coachella. This stuff is awesome. It's just a quick spritz over your face and it holds everything down, so you don't have to worry about your makeup slipping and sliding all over. So the combination of the matte primer with this stuff, it's really gonna lock down your face. And it looks like, fingers crossed, this year isn't gonna be too hot. So hopefully this will help you guys, especially like I said, if you're camping or doing any of that and you're really gonna need something long lasting, a setting spray is a must. Alrighty, so during the festival, like I said, don't want to be dealing with my makeup. I'm also pretty low maintenance when it comes to my outfits. I'm the type of person who's really just there to experience. I don't want to be touching up. There's not really any bathrooms anywhere that you can do that anyway, so this is going to be very, very simple. Obviously, I would say bring a small container of sunscreen with you if you can. I've heard that some people get them taken away. I haven't experienced that with like a small face sunscreen like I just showed you. But one thing that's really helpful that I actually don't have a pack of because I just didn't prep for this well is blotting sheets. I'll insert a little picture if I can. But blotting sheets are amazing. They're super great for if your makeup is starting to look oily throughout the day. If all of those steps that we didn't take previously didn't work, you're gonna wanna blot things off. You can use seat covers, but like with a porta potty, not down. So these little blotting sheets, they sell at just Target or anywhere, and they're super convenient to slip right into your bag or your backpack or your fanny pack, and you can kind of blot the oils away. I also would suggest taking chapstick, just because personally I don't really use lipstick or lip gloss or anything like that at the festival, and even if I do, it's probably just in the beginning to take pictures, and then I'm not going to want to reapply it at the festival. But chapstick is something super easy. You obviously don't need a mirror to apply it, and if you have one that has SPF in it, even better, just because a lot of people get really sunburned on their lips because they forget to use chapstick with SPF, which funny enough, I don't think that Burt's Bees has SPF in it. It doesn't look like it does. I really like Burt's Bees the best, but if you're someone that gets sunburned easily, definitely chapstick with sunscreen. Okay, and the last thing that I would suggest for you to bring if you get eyelash extensions like I do, bring this into the festival. It would be a little spoolie brush like this. They probably give it to you when they're putting on your lashes at the place that you go. But these are definitely really helpful if your eyelashes start kind of, people who get extensions will know what I'm talking about, but if they start like poking weird ways, it's really helpful to have one of these just to comb through and get everything back in order, and that's something that is pretty easy to do with just the front facing camera on your phone. And this can also be used to kind of like, you know, touch up your eyebrows, and it's just useful to have one. Alrighty, so after you are home from the festival, I tried to keep this as simple as possible because for me, the second that I get home, I want to take all my makeup off, take everything off, and just sleep because I'm freaking tired and I love to sleep and I'm a grandma. So what I like to do is, especially if you're gonna shower or anything like that, I like to put on lotion just to cool my skin down from any, you know, sunburn or suntan that I did get. And one thing that I've used this for actually a couple of years now is the Banana Boat Moisturizing Aloe After Sun Lotion. So this has aloe vera, vitamin E. It's supposed to be there to preserve and extend your tan. I don't know how accurate that is, but I think it's a very cooling lotion. It's a nice calming scent. It has aloe in it, so it feels really good on the skin after you've been in the sun. And I've loved using this, so I think after a festival, this is definitely helpful. The other thing that you'll notice after being at long days of Coachella, especially if you're going towards, you know, day 3 or weekend 2 or even Stagecoach, is that it's so dusty there that your skin is going to have like a layer of grime on it. Essentially, it's really gross. You're gonna have dust all over in your nose and everywhere. So I like to really make sure that I'm thorough when I'm taking off my makeup at the end of the night. So first I'll obviously just use, you know, a makeup wipe or whatever makeup remover that you normally use. But after that, you're gonna want a very cooling and calming face wash that's not gonna be too harsh on your face since it has had a lot of, you know, sun exposure, but also is gonna be really thorough to get off all of the dust and everything. So one thing that I've been really, or one product I've really been using and liking is the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. I feel like this is super gentle. It's not gonna irritate my skin after being in the sun, but it does do a pretty good job of getting all of the grime off your face. The other thing that I would use in congruence with that I think is very helpful for getting your skin really, really clean is a toner. So after you wash your face, then you can put a toner on to really make sure you get all of the dirt off. And the one, again, this is the Mamond Rose Toner Water. So Rose Water Toner. And this stuff, again, super gentle, smells great, but it is really thorough at making your skin feel really clean. Okay, so once your skin is all clean, all free from oils, dirt, whatever, I like to use a really very moisturizing, thick, nice night cream to make sure that my skin is plumped back up for the next day and that it's retaining all of its moisture and all of that stuff, just because I feel like it gets very dried out being out in the sun, and you're gonna want something thick to really kind of lock back the moisture into your skin. So one night cream that I really like, or face moisturizer that I use as like a night cream, would be the Ultra Repair Cream from First Aid Beauty. It says it's intense hydration, skin protectant. It's gonna help hydrate dry, parched skin, which is exactly how I feel after a long day in the sun. I feel like I need a lot of moisture, so this one is really great. Or if you guys have a sleeping night mask that you like to use, I would definitely suggest using that while at the festival and even, you know, a couple days after, just to retain that moisture in your skin and helping it not get dry patches or anything like that. Going along with that, and probably even more so, I noticed that at the end of a festival day, my lips are very, very dry and cracked and gross just being out in the heat and the sun, doing a lot of singing, doing a lot of talking, doing a lot of eating at Coachella. You're gonna want something to repair your lips as well. So I actually have two products to show you. You guys have probably all heard of the Laneige Lips Sleeping Mask. This stuff is really nice. It smells like bubblegum. It's a little bit too sweet for me actually, but this stuff does a really great job repairing your lips overnight. It's a little bit more, it's not as heavy, so if you hate sleeping with, you know, chapstick or stuff on your lips, this one's not going to be too heavy for you. If you want something that's really, really thick and it's going to very much so like lock in the moisture in your lips, the one that I also really like to use is the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask. This one comes in a little tube. This is just a tester size of this Laneige one. But this one comes in a tube and it's really great for being really, really intense hydration overnight for your lips. Alrighty, and the last tip that I have, this one kind of goes as a given again, but it is just to drink water. I'm sure that most people obviously know this. I preached to the choir last time I did a Coachella like tips and tricks video. Drink water is super important, but I think that we forget to drink water besides when we're just at the festival. Obviously when you're there, you're gonna be thirsty, you're gonna be drinking a lot of water, but before the festival, the days leading up to it, chug water, really get as much hydration as you can, and then same with once you're leaving the festival, maybe keep some in an ice chest in your car, or just have extra when you're leaving so you can drink it on the way home. In the morning before you leave, just drink as much water as possible, and that's not only going to help you feel energized, it's also going to help your skin as well, and just help you stay beautiful the entire festival. Alrighty, so that is all I have for my Coachella beauty tips and tricks, my must-haves, everything like that. If you guys have any products that you swear by for festivals, leave them in a comment down below. I love trying out new products and I'm super excited to see what you guys do because I'm sure it's pretty different than what I do. So definitely leave a comment below and let me know your Coachella beauty favorites. And if you guys are going this year, I hope you have an amazing time. If you see me, say hi, we can dance together. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. That's all I got for you. Make sure you subscribe and I'll see you next time. Bye!